Everybody, Marty and Andrew here. Andrew, we just got done watching the final Nintendo Direct of 2015 and the final Smash Direct ever.
Yep, this is the last one. We got kind of the end of what we can expect from Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS together.
Yeah, and so, you know, one of the big things was obviously we saw Cloud's reveal a couple weeks back, but Sakurai went a little bit more in-depth on what his moves are going to be, how his limit breaks are going to play out, what the Midgar stage is like, and how the summons work, which I think is really cool.
Yep, that was awesome. We saw a bunch of the summons. We saw Leviathan, we saw Odin,
Ramu.
And a lot of these were in the trailer from the announcement, which was like, I guess like a month ago now. But this is kind of a cool, like, commentated, in-depth look, and I think we got a lot more insight into like how Cloud works mechanically, also, which is really nice.
And also the insane thing is Cloud is out now.
Today. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. So
if you're watching this, you can probably go download Cloud, unless, as they gave a warning that, hey, our service might get hit. Cloud's not the only thing out today, though. You can also get 2 costumes for your Mii Fighters, one of which is the Chocobo costume, which is super cute. Another is Gino from Mario RPG.
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, so part of the theme of this was announcing new characters. It's kind of the end of the DLC for Smash Brothers. And one of the smart things was they had that ballot that went out where people could kind of vote what they wanted. And a lot of people were tweeting about Gino, because I think he's just kind of a fan favorite from not really an obscure SNES game, but a game we haven't heard a lot from.
20 years ago, and we haven't really heard a peep about it since.
And Gino's awesome, and yeah, this is kind of the closest thing we can get. It's a little bit of a bummer. It means we don't get like an amiibo and stuff, but I like that they said there are going to be QR codes on the website where you can get like Mii characters that will look as close as they can get. Yeah. So at least you can make like a fairly decent facsimile of Gino.
Yeah, and there's some other characters, some other Mii Fighters coming out in the coming months. Next year, we're going to have Tails and Knuckles from Sonic.
We got, what is it, Amy from WarioWare?
Ashley.
Ashley from WarioWare. We got Bionic.
There's only one girl named with an A to this guy.
We got Bionic Boy.
Bionic Boy,
in a cool
suit.
We have the full list.
Yeah, we have the full list. But the other big characters that were announced, one of which, and this is probably the biggest news of the Direct, and she was the #1 voted character across the world, and it's Bayonetta. Yep. Which makes perfect sense, because obviously Bayonetta 2 with Platinum was a Wii U exclusive. Bayonetta looks super cool. She has her own stage. Her moves sort of have a combo meter that goes a lot like, they sort of said if you played Bayonetta 1 and 2, you're going to be familiar with her moves already, and you're sort of going to enter already with a little bit of progress, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. You also have her Bayonetta 1 look with the longer hair, and then her kind of more svelte Bayonetta 2 look with or not svelte, but like that shorter hair.
She's got guns on her feet, guns on her hands.
And then we also got Corrin, which is, I believe, the 6th Fire Emblem character.
A lot of Fire Emblem characters. You might know who Corrin is, because he/she, it's
another dual one.
Yeah, dual one. Is the protagonist of next year's Fire Emblem Fates.
Yes.
Which is already out in Japan and coming out next year for the 3DS.
Which is a really cool way to just kind of intro people. Like, there's a lot of Fire Emblem representation in Smash now, but I think it makes sense to have someone from the new game. It's one of the bigger upcoming releases. Yeah. And Smash kind of made Fire Emblem more known in the West with Martha and Roy.
Yeah, Martha and Roy, that was the first time I ever heard of, you know, sort of Fire Emblem. Like, I knew its name, but the games hadn't really come to the States yet. So that was really cool. So obviously, continuing the trend, we know that in March we're going to get Amiibo for Ryu, for Roy, and for Rob.
For all the R's. The Famicom colored Rob, which is cool that will still come here. And then, and then they confirmed we'll get a Bayonetta and a Cloud and a Corrin Amiibo, which is smart. And they kind of said that at E3 everyone would get one, but it's nice getting kind of concrete confirmation. I would guess that basically by next summer, we're done.
Yeah, I mean, it's
which is really cool.
It's crazy, though, because the sort of as of February 2016, when Bayonetta comes out, when Corrin comes out, and when the other sort of costumes we mentioned come out, that's kind of it for Smash for Wii U and 3DS.
That's still a year and a half support,
which is insane for Nintendo, especially.
That's so good for Nintendo. That's the thing. I think this is has been really robust. Like, the Smash community is awesome and super supportive, and obviously it still has legs in the competitive scene, and just in terms of people, like it came with that new bundle. That, as well as Splatoon, was the Black Friday bundle, and I think Smash is just a really good, like, perfect representation of so many franchises now. Yeah, totally. I do wonder if we'll see Sakurai maybe change his mind, do one last one sometime in the future.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as long as the game's still going well. This is something Sakurai's spent the better part of 15 years sort of with this series under his belt, which is super cool. Yeah, and they sort of wrapped it up with some crazy stats. You know, when all's said and done, we're gonna have 58 fighters across the games, 84 stages, 99 pieces of clothing and everything you can put on your guys, 743 trophies on the Wii U, which is nuts, and 507 different pieces of music in the game, which is crazy. Like, this is, I think, this sort of shows that, you know, Smash Brothers is this thing that is a Nintendo museum, a Nintendo library, and I sort of love that.
It also proves, like, this is the game that made it possible to have everything on 3DS and Wii U. I think it's really cool that they have like an even match, and all the characters are on both. The stages are different, but I think it's actually a really smart way. There's kind of these content bundles where if you're buying Cloud, it's like $5.99 each or $6.99 for both, and they make it a really good deal.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so that's our impressions of the final Nintendo Direct of 2015, the final Smash Brothers direct ever, I guess,
Yeah.
until Smash Brothers NX comes out. Yay. Let us know what you think the biggest news of the show was, and for everything else Nintendo and Smash, you're already in the right place. IGN.